Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Monday, December 12, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Also, check out our perks and join the High Stakes membership. Joining the High Stakes membership is easy, is cheap, but it will help a lot in the growth process of this channel. Plus, if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. And make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Dallas Mavericks vs Oklahoma City Thunder. The Mavericks own a record of 8-16-2 against the spread this season. They are 1-10-1 against the spread when they are favored by 6 points or more. The Thunder are 6-4 against the spread when they are underdogs by 6 points or more. They are 15-11 against the spread this season. The Thunder are coming towards the end of a long road trip, but if they can play like they did in the fourth quarter against Cleveland, they will be able to shock Dallas just like they did in their overtime win against them earlier in the season. The Thunder are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5, when their opponent allows 100 points or more in their previous game. The Mavericks are 0-6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games versus a team with a losing straight-up record. Take the Thunder to cover. Whenever these two teams face each other, it is usually a low-scoring slugfest. Even though both of these teams are high scorers, the scoring seems to slow down when they face each other. The under is 7-3 in the last 10 meetings in Dallas. The under is 4-1 in the Mavericks' last 5 games, after allowing more than 125 points in their previous game. The under is 5-1 in the Thunder's last 6 road games. Take the under on Monday. San Antonio Spurs vs Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers bounced back from their loss to Sacramento with a win over the Thunder in their last game. They will try to keep the momentum going with a win over the Spurs, which will give them their 3rd win in their last 4 games. Cleveland is averaging 110.9 points per game. They scored 110 points in their last game, making 47.1% of their field goals and 37.5% of their 3-pointers. Caris LeVert led the Cavaliers with 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Evan Mobley finished with 21 points and 12 rebounds, while Jared Allen added 21 points and 11 rebounds. Cleveland has played well defensively, giving up 104.8 points per game. They gave up 102 points in their last game and will need a similar effort if they want to get the win. The Spurs followed up their 11-game losing streak by winning their last 2 games. They will try to keep the momentum going with a win over the Cavaliers, which will give them their 3rd win in a row. San Antonio is averaging 110 points per game. They scored 115 points in their last game, making 53.8% of their field goals and 33.3% of their 3-pointers. Keldon Johnson led the Spurs with 21 points and 6 rebounds. Romeo Langford finished with 19 points and 6 rebounds, while Devin Vassell added 18 points and 4 rebounds. San Antonio has struggled defensively, giving up 120.4 points per game. They gave up 111 points in their last game and will need to do a better job if they want to win this game. The Cavaliers have won 4 of their last 6 games. They are playing well offensively, scoring more than 110 points per game while making over 47% of their shots. They have taken advantage of their opportunities at the charity stripe, especially on the road where they are making over 81% of their free throws. They are very good on the offensive glass, which will give them more scoring opportunities. They also cut back on their turnovers in recent games and won't give the Spurs a lot of easy scoring opportunities. The Spurs aren't very good defensively and don't play any better at home, where they are giving up more than 119 points per game and will have a hard time slowing down the Cavaliers. The Spurs have lost 8 of their last 10 games and 5 of their last 6 home games. They aren't very good offensively, and they played worse in recent games, scoring less than 110 points per game in their last 3 games. Their rebounding has been good and will keep them in this game, but they are very careless with the ball, turning it over 18 times per game in their last 3 games. The Cavaliers are very active defensively and averaged 8 steals per game in their last 3 games, so expect them to get a lot of easy scores in this game. With Cleveland holding opponents under 107 points per game on the road, the Spurs will have a hard time keeping up with them, so go with Cleveland to cover the spread. And take the over here. Portland Trail Blazers vs Minnesota Timberwolves. The Minnesota Timberwolves, 13-13, 10-16 Austrian shillings, failed to extend their winning streak to 3 games this past Saturday. It was their second loss in 5 games and the 5th in Minnesota's previous 8 outings at any location. The Timberwolves blew a 10-point third-quarter lead despite making 54.2% of their field goals and 43.5% of their three-pointers, 10 for 23. The Timberwolves cannot count on Karl Anthony Towns, calf, and Taurean Prince, shoulder, while Jordan McLaughlin, calf, sat out Saturday's clash against Portland. McLaughlin, 4.1 ppg, 3.6 apg, is questionable to play Monday at Moda Center. Minnesota continues to play bad defense. The Timberwolves have yielded 115 or more points in 5 of their previous 7 games overall. They rank 18th in adjusted defensive efficiency, 113.0 points allowed per 100 possessions, 27th in opposing three-point percentage, 37.4%, and 29th in triples allowed per 100 possessions, 13.6. Portland outrebounded Minnesota 45-28, posting 11 offensive rebounds and allowing just 4 in a return. The Trail Blazers made 51.8% of their field goals, 13 for 34 from deep, and 25 of their 28 attempts from the free throw line. Anthony Simmons went 5 for 10 from beyond the arc, finishing with 31 points, while Jusuf Nurkic had 8 points, 15 rebounds, and a couple of assists and blocks. The Trail Blazers missed Nasser Little, hip, and Gary Payton too, conditioning. Portland ranks 9th in the NBA in adjusted offensive efficiency, 114.0 points per 100 possessions, and 24th in adjusted defensive efficiency, 114.5. I was expecting a tight battle at Moda Center last Saturday and still got burned on the Timberwolves to cover a 5.5-point spread. We should see another close game Monday, as both Minnesota and Portland struggle to defend. I cannot trust the T-Wolves once more, though this clash could easily go either way. The Timberwolves are pretty bad when it comes to defending the three-point line, so this is another nice opportunity for Damian Lillard and Anthony Simmons to make the difference down the stretch. The Trail Blazers have covered the spread twice in their last 7 meetings with Minnesota, but Portland is 4-1 at TS in its previous 5 games overall. Take the Portland Trail Blazers -5 points. The Timberwolves comes in at 13-12, but this team's is 4-2 over their last 6 games. Minnesota lost Karl Anthony Towns for what is supposed to be a 4 to 6 week injury, but the Timberwolves have been playing well over the last 2 weeks, even though they've had an easy schedule during that time. The key to Minnesota's better play has been improved defense. The Timberwolves have given up under 110 points in all of their 4 recent wins, despite being an up-tempo team. That is a big improvement from where the team was at the beginning of the season. The Trail Blazers have dealt with a lot of injuries since their strong start to the season, and Portland comes into this game at 13-12. The Trail Blazers got Damian Lillard back recently from injury, and Portland is close to fully healthy now for the first time since the beginning of the season, when the team started 5-1. Portland struggled defensively in their last game, losing 121-120 to Denver, but Lillard played well, shooting 12-22 and scoring 40 points. The Blazers struggled defensively against the Nuggets, but Lillard looked solid. Portland started the season well, primarily because the team was improved defensively. They will need to play better defense to be more consistent moving forward. Even though Minnesota is playing better defense, the Timberwolves are also playing fast, and Portland has been pushing the pace recently as well. The Blazers' last game was a 121-120 loss to Denver. Portland ranks 27th in pace while Minnesota ranks 4th, but the Blazers have been playing faster recently, and Portland has also been struggling on defense. This should be a faster tempo game, and the Timberwolves' offense has also been good even with Towns out. Russell and Edwards have played better, and the Timberwolves bench has stepped up as well. Take the over here.